Hi, everyone. Ron Kreider. It's June the 11th, Thursday, day 88. Stay safe at home. I'm reporting in for duty here in Vero Beach, Florida. For you newcomers, I report this information daily on COVID-19. These reports are for Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties up to Brevard County and then over to Orange County, which is Orlando, up the east coast of Florida over to Orlando. I do these every morning, sometime around between 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. I do phase one. That's the news report. That's what I'm doing right now. And I also do the little thoughts for today at the end of the video. And then soon after 11 o'clock, I do the numbers. And as I say every day at this time, push the like button, push, push, push. I appreciate you pushing that like button. I like to see a lot of likes. And I do shout outs. I do shout outs to people who watch this video rather frequently. Today, the shout outs will be going to Robert, Patrick, Patricia, Graham, Nancy, Jay, Joyce, Billy Moss. Billy Moss is the restaurant go-to guy here in Vero Beach. If you are thinking of buying, selling, building a restaurant, or you need some real estate for a restaurant, anything to do with restaurants, Billy Moss is the guy to contact. And then Kevin, Diane, and Cheryl are also frequent viewers of this video. Thank you all very much for watching the video. Then I do the weather report for the Treasure Coast. The Treasure Coast, by the way, is Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties. That's known as the Treasure Coast. The next coast up is the Space Coast. Isolated thunderstorms during the morning hours, then the skies turning mostly sunny all afternoon. That's really good news. High around 85 degrees today for the Treasure Coast. Winds for you boaters, east-southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. The chance of rain today is about 30%, and it says 0 inches, so that means it's less than an inch of rain for the daytime hours, if there is any rain at all, although it says 30%. And then the weather for tonight, a few passing clouds, low 74 degrees. And for the boaters, winds east 10 to 15 miles per hour. All righty, folks, so listen here. With all the conflicting reports concerning COVID-19, it gets more and more confusing by the day. Now, I've been a student of this for the past 90 days, and it's my opinion we need to follow the instructions of the solid experts. I'm talking about the people who really know what they're talking about. Everybody seems to come up with a different idea of what we need to do. We must continue to wear the masks. We have to social distance and vigorously sanitize our bodies, our clothing, and the surfaces, and keep away from the close confinement of a lot of people together, large crowds. It'd be really the best thing you can do is stay at home, be a hermit, but everybody can't be exactly like me. So I guess a lot of you need to get out and want to get out. People like me are 79 years old. It's not a good idea to go out. So I'm not going out very much. If I have to go out, I do, but I try not to. Also, if you don't need to go to the grocery store, go once a week. Don't go a half a dozen times. It's ridiculous. The more times you go out, the more chances you have of getting this virus. It has not gone away. I tell you this every day. It has not. It's still here. And weighing in on Wednesday, Dr. Fauci said that the virus causes a wide range of symptoms, but there's no evidence that people who have it without signs of illness don't actually infect others. So you could be like me. I don't think I have COVID-19. I'll let you know in a few days when I get the results in. But I also may have it, and I could be infecting other people. So you really don't know. This guy is a very strange character here. He's hiding in the shadows, and we never know exactly where he is and when he's going to pop up. So be very careful about this virus. This COVID-19 guy is not a nice guy. There's a new wave coming in parts of the country. Eric Toner of the Johns Hopkins Center of Health and Security told Bloomberg, it's small and it's distant so far, but it's coming. This is not doom and gloom. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm only reporting the news. This guy is a very important person. Florida reported 8,553 new cases of the deadly illness this week, more than any other 7-day period, after lifting a stay-at-home measure roughly a month ago. And that Governor Ron DeSantis then downplayed all this, saying that the reason for that is because of the state was reopening, and he said he believes that more people are turning up positive for the COVID-19 because more people are being tested. We now are in the last 2 weeks averaging 30,000 test results a day in the state of Florida. If you go back to the beginning of April, we weren't even doing 10,000 tests a day, says Ron DeSantis. DeSantis pointed to the state's low rate of positive tests in Miami-Dade County, the area in Florida hardest hit by the pandemic. The positive rate down there is around 5%, now much lower than it was in April when it was more than 10%. And by the way, the positive rate for our area, for Indian River County, just our county, Indian River County, Vero Beach, is in the middle twos, 2.3%. You'll see when I give you the numbers. We're much lower than the average state rate. The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Florida says it's opening its doors later this week for the first time since March, when COVID-19 forced it to close. The casino in Hollywood, Florida, will be opening Friday with requirements that visitors wear face masks and get temperature checks upon entering. All right, this is not good news, and it's about reality again. Health experts have expressed concern that the protests could help spread the virus, which has infected nearly 2 million Americans. As of Wednesday morning, evidence of the protests contributing to a spike in cases wouldn't be seen until roughly 2 weeks from the beginning of the protests. So these protests aren't helping things along at all. Just when we were trying to get through this, all of a sudden the protests come along. Now people kind of threw the COVID-19 out the window and say, oh, we don't really care about that. We're going to go out and protest and have big crowds and everybody get together. Anyone over the age of 16 has a fever or respiratory illness, such as cough, runny nose, or sneezing, is eligible for testing by appointment only at the Cleveland Clinic. To receive an appointment, individuals who believe they have symptoms of COVID-19 must first call the nurse triage hotline. That number is 772-226-4846 between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. If patients meet the criteria, they will be given an appointment and they will be given a time, and then you go to the patient pavilion at the Cleveland Clinic at the Indian River Hospital here in Vero Beach. Test results take an estimated 4 to 7 days to complete. Individuals who receive testing will be asked to self-quarantine until the results are received, which is exactly what I'm doing because I got my test yesterday. This little brief piece of information about the test. It's a little uncomfortable. I say a little uncomfortable. Not half as uncomfortable as getting a filling or having some dental work done or a headache or anything like that. It's a teeny bit uncomfortable for about 30 seconds when they stick this little swab in your nose, and it doesn't go down all the way into your throat. It only goes a little bit further into your nose than you might stick a Q-tip. That's all there is to it. They swish it around just a little bit, they pull it out, and it's over. 30 seconds of being uncomfortable may be worth a lifetime of having this exam. It's very important. Could save your life. I think it's very important that you do so. Also, I was told, and remember, we reported this before, the Big Red Bus down in Palm Beach. I think they're still testing down there. You have to check on the Big Red Bus. That has to do, if you can contribute blood or you can be a blood donor, go down and give the blood, and they will also give you a free antibody test. I may go down and have that done as well. That is in West Palm Beach. It's called the Big Red Bus. Look it up on the internet. I'll try to find it for you and post it here. Okay, next comes the numbers, and I hope the numbers are going to be good today. As you know, I said earlier, right now I'm doing this at 7:24 in the morning. Numbers don't come in here until about 11 o'clock. I have to put them into the graph, calculate them, and then post them, and so they don't get posted until about 1 o'clock. So this is done early in the morning. Then the numbers come in about 11 o'clock, and we'll have a better idea of where we are. Back in a flash. All righty, as I said, back in a flash, Ron Kreider here, June 11th, Thursday, day 88. Stay safe at home. These are the numbers for today, Thursday. They came in around 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. Now we're going to take a look at the entire state of Florida. Florida's total population is 21,500,000 people. Testing so far, 1,307,728. Then we'll go over here and we'll take a look at the new positives for the state. It's 1,698 in the past 24 hours. The new hospitalizations, 226. Big number. Both of these numbers are big. 228 new positives, and new deaths for the entire state of Florida is 47. Still, it's 5.28 5.28 is the difference between the total testings and the total positives. But there's a total of 69,069 total positives in the state. The new positives were 1,698. Very big number. Very, very, very big number. All righty, let's take a look at Indian River County. That would be Vero Beach. That's the yellow one over here on the left. 8,063 testings, 5 positives, 5 new positives, no new hospitalizations, and no new deaths. And the percentage over here is 2.20. It's a very low percentage. It's low. Only one lower than that one would be the one for Brevard County, and we tell you that it seems to stay the same pretty much every day. That's good. That means that we have a very low percentage of testing, which is a good thing. We like this to be a low percentage. Dade County, that's down in Miami, they have 2,717,000 people in Dade County. They have tested 219,104. The new positives, 271 new positives. They have new hospitalizations, 83, big number, 83, and new deaths reported in Dade County, 14. That would be the most number of deaths in the past 24 hours by any of these counties over here on the left that we're reporting. And now we go from Dade County up to Broward County. Broward County is Fort Lauderdale, 133,088 total people that have been tested, 144 new positives, 18 in a hospital, and 2 new deaths reported in Broward County in Fort Lauderdale. Their number is 6.26. State of Florida is 5.28. That's 6.26. Again, we'll go back to Dade County. 9.38 is their average, but it's 5.28 for the entire state. So look how much more it is in Dade County and somewhat more in Broward County. Now we'll go up to Palm Beach County, 98,722. Palm Beach County has 1,471,000 number of people living there, but they've tested 98,722. New positives, 209. Huge number, second only to Dade County. Then they have new hospitalizations, 28. Again, second only to Dade County. And new deaths in the past 24 hours would be 10, and their number is 7.99, another very big number. These numbers that are growing over here on the right-hand side are not good. We don't like this. Let's look at Martin County. Martin County has a population of 161,000. That would be Stewart. They tested 11,706 since we got started here. Their new testings was 376. They have new positives in Martin County of 62 new positives, 7 new hospitalizations, and 1 new death reported. Once again, their percentage here is 8.71. The entire state of Florida is 5.28, so 8.71 is higher than the average for the entire state of Florida. St. Lucie County, that would be Fort Pierce. They have 328,000 people in St. Lucie County. They've tested 15,772. 64 new positives, 7 new hospitalizations, and 2 new deaths reported for St. Lucie County. Their number is 4.82. That's obviously less than the 5.28 for the state, so that's a little bit better. That's St. Lucie County. Now we'll go to Brevard. Brevard is the Melbourne area. That is 602,000 people live up there in Brevard, and they have so far tested 28,143. Their new cases are 22 new positives, 2 new hospitalizations, no new deaths reported. And check out this number. Look at this number, 1.08. That's the 1.08 is the difference between the 28,143 and the percentage between 128 and 143 and the total number of positives that they have. And they only have 506 positives there. Still a big number, but that's what they've got there. So let's move on now to Orange County. Orange County is Orlando. Orlando has 1,395,000 people. 88,070 have been tested so far. In the past 24 hours, they've tested 1,783 new people. And they have a total of 136 new positives, 6 new hospitalizations, and no new deaths reported in Orange County. And their number is 3.04. And even for Orange County, as big as it is with 1,395,000 people, their percentage is only 3.04 compared to the entire state of Florida as 5.28. I kind of use that as the benchmark. Now let's go over here. Now I don't think we're going to be real happy with what we see over here. Let me move this down here just a teeny bit so I can get this percentage number in here. So of the new positives in the state of Florida, 1698, 913 of those 1698 are in these yellows over here on the left in Indian River, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, Brevard, and Orange County. So it's 53.77% of those are in those yellow counties over there. Then on the hospitalizations, there was 226 new hospitalizations in the past 24 hours. 151 of the 226 are in the yellow ones over here, which was 66.81% were in there. The rest of them are elsewhere in the state. And then with new deaths reported, the total new deaths were 47. 29 of those were reported in the past 24 hours in these yellow counties over here, and that's a total of 61.70. Now let's go take a look at the big graphs. Okay, once again, we're back here at the big graph. As I reported earlier, 1,307,728 total people tested in the entire state of Florida. 69,069 tested positive. Now, I want to take a look at these. I'm not going to squish these today. These are the deaths. It'll give you a little bit better idea. Notice all the big spikes over here. Lots of big spikes. This is the past 30 days. And notice how far down they are over here. This is this last one was reported on the 7th, today being the 11th. So it's not totally current, but see how far down they are over here. These are the deaths here on this gray side. Then if we go up top here, these are the new positives. And the last new positive reported was on the 10th. That was yesterday. That would be 1,700. That is a huge spike. It's the biggest spike that we have had in the past 30 days. Very huge. And then look at this. This is 1,400 in there. Another very big spike. These spikes are not good. However, they're not translating into deaths, and that's a good thing. So that's the easiest way I can explain it without giving you a bunch of numbers. Now, I'm not going to show you all those other funny graphs that you saw yesterday, which were very, very, very confusing, and for which I apologize. I'm going to take one more look over here at Eagle County. Eagle County is Vail, Colorado, and they have reported confirmed cases of 615 and 8 deaths in Eagle County. That would be Vail, Colorado. I have some friends in Vail who look at this every day, and I thought, well, I'll tune you in and let you see what's going on. Unfortunately, our cases have gone over 2 million here in the United States, so it's 2,003,930. Look at that, over 2 million. Those are the cases in the entire United States. And the total deaths in the United States, 113,038. 113,038. This number is beginning to creep up, and here we are coming up on the middle of June. I'm not very pleased with this. Let's take a look at global cases. 7,414,050, and global deaths is 417,514. These demonstrations have not done us very well at all. Clearly, we didn't expect them to happen in the first place, and now that they are happening, I'm very fearful that they are going to contribute to a lot more cases up here, and they're going to contribute to some more deaths down here. So the situation with the protests is that it may be good for some reasons. That's a political discussion, whether it's right or wrong. I'm not going to get into that today, but it certainly is not going to help the COVID-19. And this is a matter of life or death. And you can decide whether you think that the protests are a matter of life or death as well. But to me, it seems like this disease is a bit more important. Anyway, those are our numbers for today. Then I have some positive thoughts, and I do have a little tag at the very end of my positive thoughts, and that might make you a little bit angry as well, for which I apologize. But I always say what I think is the right thing to say at the right time. Numbers for today, those are the numbers for today for June the 11th, Thursday, day 88. Back in a flash. Hi, everyone, back in a flash with today's thoughts and quotes for Thursday. So check this one out. This is pretty interesting. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. You know what that means. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. All of a sudden, you're very upset about something and you say something really stupid. And after you say it, you say to yourself, why did I say that? That was a dumb thing to say. Probably you won't say it immediately after you said it, but you'll think about it a day later and say, wow, man, I can't believe I said that. In the heat of the moment, you said it, and you should not have said it. Okay, here's one I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not really sure exactly how it applies, but listen to this. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. And that was Napoleon Bonaparte. Then there was a guy who was kind of like a mentor to me for a number of years out in Colorado, and his name was Al Martishang. And on several occasions, he would say to me, Ron, you're doing a terrific job, but you're doing it all wrong. You're doing a terrific job, but you're doing it all wrong. And he was right. He was absolutely right. I was doing a very good job. I just wasn't doing it the way he wanted me to do it. And that was an important thing. But I use that expression from time to time when I see people working very, very hard, but absolutely getting nowhere. Okay, here's one more by good old Confucius. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are three universally recognized moral qualities of men. Wisdom, compassion, and courage. That's Confucius. In case you didn't know who he was, well, he was around about 550 BC. That's a long time ago. It's amazing we still have records from 550 BC. Well, we probably won't have a lot of records from the United States after a number of years because we're trying to erase all of the history. This is not a political discussion, but I do want to say this. Seriously, abolishing the police departments? I can't believe anyone with half a brain would consider this for as much as a nanosecond. Abolishing the police departments? What is that all about, and where is that coming from? Can you imagine with no police department, what are we going to do? Somebody breaks into our house, somebody steals our car. What are we going to do? Anybody can just go help themselves to anything, and there won't be anybody around to help solve that problem. It just absolutely blows my mind. By the way, this is not politics, folks. This is being a patriot. I'm a real patriot here, and this is really injurious to our patriotism here in the United States. Law and order is a very important thing in this country, law and order. And when you have a couple rotten apples in a barrel, you don't throw all the apples away. You get rid of the rotten apples in the barrel and keep on moving, but you don't throw the whole barrel away. We're not going to throw all the police out. It's not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. All right, folks, be a part of the solution and never part of the problem. I say it every day. Be a part of the solution and never, ever, ever be a part of the problem. Don't go out and protest unless you have something good to say and you're very positive. Nothing I hate worse than this fist in the air, everybody being angry. A little love would be a lot more important. A little bit of love will be a lot more important. Hey, and if you folks are watching this, think that I'm totally out of line, then tomorrow, don't look at it. It's as simple as that. No problem. I don't charge you to see it. I try to be a good guy. I like to be forthright. But anyway, push the like button if you like it. If you hated it, just hit the like button 3 times and it'll turn it off, and hit the no button or the thumbs down button or whatever you want to do. Anyway, I love everybody. I'm a good guy. I like to be a good guy. Have a very blessed Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Have a great day. Smile a lot today. Be happy. Be friendly. Be a good guy today, okay? Back in a flash tomorrow.